guys, it's Duncan coming at you with another game of Hades, and as we see, we've tried to escape 6 times. We have 315 darkness, and we are about to get to it. We've already sorted out everything. The last time we're going to try to use a bow for the first time, and see how that goes.
All right, one more time.
Hit me, Hades, one more time.
Death is your only family. Death and I.
And we get a nice little cutscene here.
Best get accustomed to the both of us.
No, not on your life.
We get a Poseidon boon at the start, my favorite one. Please give me...
I tell you something, little Hades. My relatives and I, we've been holding back one of our greatest gifts to see if you are worthy. And you are. My aid is yours.
Do I get to summon them? Oh, this is fun.
To smash your enemies to bits.
Oh, what's this?
Right, plus F to call for an aid, and it uses one of the stocks. Makes us invulnerable and does a ton of damage. Okay.
The wrath of Poseidon at my beck and call.
Each time the prince delves back into the underworld, its ever-shifting chambers realign to frustrate his
The narrator
attempts
helpfully
to
points
perhaps
out what's
smash
going on.
Built to ensure no one gets out. We'll see about that.
Yes, we will see about that.
More witches?
You know, the bow, it's good. Not least that you can time it to where they're popping out of their spawns. I just need to be more careful about stepping into traps since I stay still more frequently. Oh, I just have 75 of the currency. I guess the thing at the front was saying the total amount that I'd ever made. Very practical. And we get a Zeus boon.
My boastful brother gets on with Lord Hades even worse than I. So let me put a little
Oh, little sparkiness. Yes, good. Everybody loves sparks. So dash cause lightning bolts, and that'll be good.
Thunder and lightning.
No, it's not nearly as good as Poseidon's boon. And I would tell Zeus to his face. Not really. I would lie to him and say that I was thankful, because that is what you have to do if you want to get along with gods. You have got to lie. That's very important. You know, you don't want to tell the truth when people don't want to hear it. It's hard to learn that. No one's going to be impressed if you tell the god of thunder that you're not impressed with thunderbolts. He's just going to get mad at you. And you got to be like, thanks, this is great. This is just what I wanted for Thundermas. But we'll go forward, grab a key. That'll be nice. The increasing of passive abilities is, of course, my favorite thing in the whole universe, so... Both seems real clumsy, but you know, just because it's more controllable, it'll be better for boss fighting for me in the early time. You know, having a nice safe range will give me time to actually pay attention, or not, to the way their abilities work. Wait, isn't there like a volley fire? Yes, okay, awesome. AoE clearing potential. Yeah, alright. Bow's fine. Bow's just fine. I feel good about the bow. We're just gonna see if we can get anything here. Alright. Upgraded rarity boons. We're gonna grab the life, and
Worth it.
we're not gonna worry about the armor thing. That'll probably not be too influential. As I enter a room full of things with armor. Seems fine. We get a little pomegranate thing. And this is going to increase the Poseidon's Aid one, which we haven't used, but we could theoretically use. Better Lightning Bolt. Yeah, we'll just increase the Aid because we haven't used that ability at all, and that could be cool. So, Charon or Athena? We'll go with Athena.
Let's go, Doomstone.
Bow, quite good for this fight. We've managed to avoid damage entirely so far. Yeah, if we just stay in motion, we'll only barely get hit by these beams. Alright, I am, yeah. Let's, there we go. Poseidon's Call boon is fine. I think, yeah, oh, yeah, sitting still way too long. Very, very poor choice. Very poor. So we got the AoE clearing, but it's not doing any good for our ability to prosecute damage onto the actual boss. And I don't think killing these ads is of any use. It might, like, do something. I don't know. I don't know. I think their beams connect with them, so if you keep their numbers down, it helps somewhat, but... We're just going to talk to Athena here.
Relatives by now. We don't all share the same demeanor nor see eye to eye. Though all of us, I think, wish you the best.
I think she's lying. I don't think any of them wish me the best. And this we will take because it'll help us with getting rid of all sorts of things.
Souls with nowhere left to turn congregate in deepest top.
They basically turn into big crystals.
They basically turn into big crystals. That's helpful.
Hey, sir.
Sisyphus again.
You know, Prince Ed, I'd not expected to run into you again, not after all this time. Something amiss down in the house, or what?
Well, something's just about always amiss back home, sir. Figured it couldn't hurt to check up on things in Tartarus a bit more frequently.
We're just like lying right to Sisyphus.
There in turn. I'm used to going lengthy stretches on my own, but having visitors from time to time would do me well.
Oh. Now I gotta keep playing the game so I can hang out with Sisyphus all the time.
Here you are.
All right.
But we're gonna eat some delicious burgers and fries, whatever goes with that.
Reside the most wretched of all.
Lots of wretchedness to go around, I guess.
Take care of yourself.
And Sisyphus helpfully tells us to be careful. We will be. We will be. Alright, yeah, going from... Yeah, the little bit of damage. Now, yeah, with deflection, the bow is wonderful. If I could stay out of traps. The lightning bolt boon is legitimately terrible for this, though. Probably should have taken something else. Maybe I shouldn't use the bow at all. But, you know, I wanted to try it out. See, like, right there it was good. Right there, I did a lot of work.
wish I could this bow
get our
would do the
Daedalus
tip-top
thing.
shape.
Alright, so we can...
This should work.
This is much better. I don't want a power shot anyway. We're gonna take a Trove Trial.
You shall pay for that.
Alright, yeah, actually with this deflection, this should be very simple. So anything that has AoE damage, we're like missile damage, we're quite uniquely situated to deal with well. But the problem is that the main attack is not a thing that I'm good with. But at least we get slightly more tasty crystals, and that is what it is all about, is a moderate amount of tasty crystals.
I can slay you all.
Yeah, no, this is better than the power shot anyway. For sure. At least for me, it is. Because things like those fights are tremendously simpler.
To unlock a weapon.
He says we could use it to unlock a weapon. We could, but we'll probably use it to unlock passives. Alright, I need to remember that this ability, this deflection, alright, so it won't work if they're very close to me or if I'm in the middle of an animation, so I need to be slightly smarter. Good luck with that, self. But yeah, if I wait for him to fire and then do it, that would be, you know, better. And also, it is so efficient for clearing. But, alright, so this way for Aphrodite, this way for Charon. We've got a good chunk of money. We'll take the Aphrodite boon. Maybe we'll get something good. They're like all chilly in there.
You've had a brush with Megara the Fury, haven't you? Oh, I know a thing or two about that one. Though lately we Olympians no longer mingle with those living in the underworld. You're the only exception.
Alright, so... we'll take... Alright, so we need to take these ones because the prophecy has to be fulfilled. We need to level up all the prophecy things. So we're about to have the Meg fight again. And it's going to be slightly trickier this time, maybe.
Your mother is long gone. You're never getting
And
out
she
of
says
Thor
my
even
mom
if you
doesn't like
did.
me.
What hope could you possibly have in finding her up in the world out there?
I would have a lot of hope, Megara. Thank you for asking.
Not that it's any of your business anymore.
There you go. See, he told her.
Your family is here, and so is your responsibility. You're running from yourself. Though, I can...
She thinks she can slow me down, but she can't. I'm going to bravely shoot her in the face. Or in the wing. Alright, I need to not be taking those charges.
Hold still.
Alright, I need to quit doing that too. Alright, I may not even kill her this time. Alright, those, you can't dodge your way out of. I need to not be in them. So she's doing the little swirl thing. I'm so bad at this game. She says the fates are on her side for once. Really, it's just that I'm really bad with this bow. I'm probably not going to do it on the next one. But that is alright.
Damn you, Meg.
You know, failure is a very important part of not failure.
Didn't hear you come in. I see you've decided to come home.
And we're just going to talk to all the trash-talking fathers.
Suffering for sure. After all, you taught me to appreciate the finer things.
You keep telling yourself that, boy. But mark you my words, Sooner or later, this life that you have chosen for yourself shall teach you I was right.
I doubt it.
Good, how you holding up, boy? Eating well lately?
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus responds affirmatively.
Alright, see? So Cerberus is feeling good, and that is excellent.
To reassure the ever-doubting prince.
We don't want him to be upset.
Here, boy. Just as long as one of your three heads enjoys.
We'll give him a nice little pet. Oh, I'm not bothering the dog. Hades needs to mind his own.
Hail. Keep at it, lad. I'll give them hell as you once did Achilles.
It's still Achilles who's Employee of the Month. I guess Megara only chills around in here once you pop her.
Nyx, I have to ask you something. Are you certain that my search isn't in vain? My mother, what if...
Oh, I don't have the little shadow over the red eye at the moment. That's interesting.
Though Mother lives, there can be no other explanation. For if she did not, she would be with us, here. She was a good woman. Stately. Kind.
It's a strange thing to say about Persephone.
As I thought she would have.
Because, you know, like, when the gods die, they don't come down to the underworld.
I think I turned out okay.
Unless they do. Maybe they do in this cosmology, I don't know. But we're going to be able to review these, so... Yeah, we're just... When you get all of the things, you get, you know, big bonuses. So we're just going to keep on trying to acquire them. We're going to keep on saving these up. Because 500 is, you know, a lot, but it'll take a couple of rounds and we'll be able to pull it off. But we'll go back
Come, Stygius.
to the Stygian blade. It's got a skull with laurels on it. And we'll go back to that. I felt like I understood the sword a little better anyway.
Keepsakes hold power.
And we need 34 more encounters to rank that up. Now, we could be trying these other ones. Because, well, I need to get, like, one for Poseidon. And then I can, like, start with the Poseidon boon every time. Because if we have this one, then we know we'll see Aphrodite, you know, show up. At least I think that's how it'll work. But we'll try that out in the next video. That'll be it for this one here, I guess. But since this is a game that conjures up a lot of interesting meditations on the nature of, you know, mortality and how we struggle against it. It reminded me of this poem. It's called Dawn by Carlos Drummond de Andrade. I'm probably saying his name wrong because I don't speak Portuguese. But he is like one of the famed Brazilian poets. And so here's how it goes. I'm gonna have to do my voice a little different, a little more like Tom Waitsy, and a little more Bukowski than normal. So this poem would have been written before World War II. I don't know the exact date on it. It's translated from the Portuguese by Mark Strand, a fine Canadian poet. It's possible that I'm not allowed to read it on the internet. I'm sure they will scold me if I'm not. But Drummond has been dead for some years. I think that's the name you say for him when you abbreviate it. Anyway, I digress. So here is the poem, Dawn. The poet rode the trolley drunk. The sun came up behind the yards. The small hotels slept very sadly. The houses, too, were drunk. Everything was a total wreck. Nobody knew the world was going to end. Only a child did, but kept it quiet. That the world was going to end at 7:45. Last thoughts. Last telegrams. Joe, who listed pronouns. Helen, who loved men. Sebastian, who ruined himself. Arthur, who never said anything, set out for eternity. The poet is drunk, but he hears a voice in the dawn. Why don't we all go dancing between the trolley and the tree? Between the trolley and the tree, dance, brothers. Even without music, dance, brothers. Children are being born with so much spontaneity. Love is fantastic. love and what it produces. Dance, brothers. Death will come later, like a sacrament. And anyway, it's just a very good poem. It really, like I said, it reminds me a lot of like Bukowski and Tom Waits, sort of like the starkness. You got that modernist tinge, which is like throughout so much of the poetry of the period in whatever country, and I quite like that. But the line there, like nobody knew that the world was going to end, only a child did, but kept it quiet. Like it's so wonderful, the little parenthetical uh, thing that we get thrown in there. Just a great poem and one I wanted to share with you today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Hades. And perhaps in the future, when we have more of them, you'll like to see those too.